I'm live with the song playing at the same time. Now, how I'm going to turn it off, I have no idea. I guess I'll have to just go to the window. Maybe another one is going to play next. Hey guys, good morning. We are up early on Sunday, honey. We wanted to get up early, evidently. Okay, Spirit said, get your butt up. And I am here. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. A portal is opening today. I feel it. I feel it. And it's so weird, going with the flow of the universe when you have to. But first, I want you guys to confirm that you can hear me. Can you guys confirm with me that you can hear me? Y'all are probably the trolls. Oh, you know what? Actually, it opens like a little thingy and I can play it. Is like I can push play now and I can pause it. Okay, I think you guys can hear me. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to pause that anyway. All right, so y'all, I got up this morning. I got my coffee, went outside, and there's fog. Now, here's what Spirit told me. Spirit told me that it was not necessarily supposed to be so cold the past couple of days. And it's like the energies are mixing. It's like winter and spring is fighting with each other. And winter doesn't want to be over. But it's got to be. It's time for the sun to come out and it's time for the flowers to grow and okay, it's time for spring and I think spring is gonna come in early. Okay, so can you pick that up for me? And it actually got a little bit warmer out, so it's not as cold as it was. Okay, so I wanted to talk about we're gonna stay on this narcissism thing because this seems to be something that needs to be talked about as much as possible. Why are you hold on a minute, you guys? Poor Jacob. You guys give me a second. Hold on. Okay, I apologize for that, you guys. Oh, it's like 7 or 8 of you guys in here. Okay, so Jacob is kind of having what we call a off morning. And it's a process with his spiritual gift to where he's picking up on the energy internally that is being sent through his DNA. And yeah, so we have our ups and downs, and then especially being in this room, which is all about to change because, we've all been eating more processed foods, more fast foods, And these kids are used to eating fruits and vegetables. They're used to getting a pineapple once a week. They're used to having lemons, oranges. So yeah. And hotel living can sometimes lead to that, and that's what brings me to the discussion that I want to talk about. Right now, it is so important to me more than anything to manifest stability for my children and for my family, regardless if I'm a mother. Some of us have these narcissistic fathers who are very, very patriarchal, who continue to pray to demons that mess their children up. And they have, hold on a second, guys, hold on, it's coming. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back, you guys. Hopefully, I'm back. That's what's important to me. The one thing that children of narcs have always wanted, can y'all guess what it is? Stability. Stable. Stability. I'm not only a child of narcs, but I'm also a child of divorce, which if you've got very religious divorce parents, who the hell are they to judge you? Right? If they're judging you according to the Bible, the evil Bible. So I say, let me get up before these demons get to roaming, okay? And we got to talk. So, I think that there are some Christian snarky parents that, feel like, oh, I'm so embarrassed by my daughter. She had children out of wedlock and da 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 da. But you divorced. So what are you talking about? And you never were able to bring stability to your child's life. Most of our narcissistic parents did not have stability for us, and that's why we want it so bad. Like, I can taste it. Mine is within reach. I feel it coming. Are you warm enough for coffee? Guys, I've got like a little sniffle thing. No, I don't have the coronavirus. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know why the spirit is so high today. I threw the cards today and I got all earth sign cards. Okay, sorry guys. Give me a second. Jacob is somehow having some sort of DNA attack or something. Give me a second. Okay, so this is why having every time I talk, give me a All right, guys. I'm sorry. I just had to banish like I had to, yeah. And hopefully it'll go away in a few minutes. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. Give me about 5 minutes. I've got to sage this room because I haven't done that yet. 1 second. And messed with. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. There's like, see, this is why they say sometimes family can do you worse. Because I swear to you, I deal with psychic attacks on a daily basis that nobody outside of my bloodline would be able to do. So, and it's every day. Okay. So I do apologize for that. We're going to get through this discussion today because the narc demon is trying to use the child to stop the discussion, but it's going to happen anyway. The one thing that we wanted growing up was stability. We didn't want our presence to go back. We didn't want our presence. We didn't want our parents to buy us a keyboard and then go and pawn it for drugs. We didn't want that to happen. We didn't want to be laying in our beds and, they're busting a crack house next door. We didn't want that. We wanted stability. We wanted security. And it seems like to me, narcissistic parents always try to make you feel as insecure as possible. And it's just funny how when you are headed towards that road to security and stability, and we'll get there, trust me, we getting there in a couple of days. Don't even trip because the worst is over. We got the final battle, not final battle, but the final battle of this week. Because when you have narcissistic parents, they are attacking you every single day. because of their thought processes of themselves, and they are always reflecting it out to you constantly because they've always done that since you were a child. That's why you recognize that they were narcs, and that's why you went no contact with them. Okay, this is the reason why, is because their thought processes led to their actions, and you usually ended up hurt because of it. And that's the reality of it. So, it's something that you battle every single day, especially if you have narcissistic parents that have demons of unfulfillment, demons of self doubt, demons of fear, demons of health problems. And you were never allowed to be stable. Like, for example, when you wanted to go to school, they didn't support it. They didn't support anything that you did. You see what I'm saying? So, what you want is you want about, uh, you know, you want about $1 million in the bank, or maybe some of y'all want 10,000 or 20,000, or boy, if I just had about 100,000 saved up, I'd be good. If you had 100 grand saved up, you would actually be stable. You would have financial security. And I heard that rich parents, that's what they give to their kids to start their life. But your narc parents never was able to, and they'll say, wait, we couldn't. We couldn't do that. Okay, fine. Then why don't you allow your children to spread their wings so that they can get that stability for themselves? Well, we don't feel that we could ever get that, so that means that you can't ever obtain that or establish that. And that's not true. So that's why every single day, you're going through the rigmarole of their energy because of their thought processes and them knowing how to project that out to you every single day. And so today, I didn't feel like psychically attacked by an external source. I felt psychically attacked by an internal source. And that's what's so sad about it. So that's why children of narcs have to be especially careful, especially if you don't want to be a narc. Because, yeah, you could go and, do the same things that they do, and you can sacrifice another. You can sacrifice people like what they're doing to you, but why would you do that? Oh, thank you, goddess. Thank you. So, you know, what is the problem with you having that stability? It's an energy. The reason why you never had stability as a child is because of your parents' energy. And when the energy doesn't change or deteriorates or gets worse, if the narc parents situation gets worse, then you're going to find yourself picking up on it, and they will do things. They will do things. I've actually called my mother, who's a narc, I've called her in chat rooms telling everybody on YouTube to shun me. I've actually called her in chat rooms saying that, like, and I knew it was her. I was like, good Lord. And then, you know, it's not like, okay, have you guys heard from this lady? Has she made any public statements refuting the fact that she's, stalking her daughter at her job? No. So she doesn't even deny it. And I know for a fact that a lot of the issues, especially that I've had the past 3 months, would have been alleviated if my narc parents were not stalking me. Both of them. Both of them were stalking me. It does, and we're all used to it. What's up, Tora? Hey, Tora Lulu, baby. How you doing? Girl, you've been gone for a minute. How's my favorite Scorpio doing? It does make life real difficult for you. And, so for me, I'm striving towards stability and, round the clock 24/7. your narc parents, even though you're grown, they don't see you as grown. And that's why I tell people, don't think of me, because your life is affected by your parents' thoughts. Thoughts are very powerful. Vision is very powerful. If your parents are visualizing you always having a difficult time, guess what? You're going to have to fight against that. You're going to have to, because it's not just their thoughts, it's their words, it's their conversations with each other. And it ends up being the worst kind of entanglement, is being entangled with parents like that. And so, for me, I woke up this morning and I asked Spirit, I said, I want freedom and liberation from that. Okay. And so I'm always writing down these affirmations and lighting candles over them. Okay. Reverse the hex and curse, because people can curse and hex themselves. Look, my narc mother would curse herself every day. I am not joking. And I would always tell her to not do that. I would say, why are you cursing yourself? Why are you doing that? She would get up every day and say, oh, I'm going to have a heart attack, a stroke. I'm going to die. I'm going to end up with cancer or something. She would just talk disease on herself. I never did understand it. And then when she got cancer, I was like, well, are you surprised? I didn't say that to her, but she wished it on herself. If you can, and even if you don't say specifically cancer, because I don't think she didn't ever wish cancer on herself, but she would say other things. She would wish other negative things on herself, and it manifested as cancer. Now she's healed because I healed her. Trust me, she ain't going nowhere no time soon. But, it's just the point that, why would, it makes me want to reverse the healing work that I did on her. I still haven't done it, because why, you know what I'm saying? Because an active person like that, that's able to walk and talk and manipulate and waste their life force on trying to, undermine you. It's not necessarily that the parent is trying to destroy you, but they're constantly trying to undermine you and go up underneath you. And, because they want to be right. Narky parents just want to be right. That's why they do the crap every single day. Yeah. Yeah. And so, right. Exactly. And so a lot of the struggles, like, for example, do you think my parents would be able to do what I do and survive? Heck no. They would not be able to survive like this without some kind of job. They would have been got some kind of job. It's almost like traveling with your job. And so it's like they're stuck in one place, but they're still not stable. Like, okay, the whole point of you being in that one place and not traveling is for you to be stable. But how can you be stable and stuck at the same time? They're stably stuck. Okay, them being stuck where they at is absolutely the only stability, but trust me, it's not stability. You're not stable when you have to constantly backbite off of your kids. And that's what they're doing at the end of the day. That's why they kick it with the vampires that mess with you. Ain't y'all ever seen that movie Blade? When Blade's mama got turned, that movie was very symbolic of having narcissistic parents. It was very, very, like, the whole story with his mother, how, she came back, she was on the side of the vampires. She was trying to get her son to come over to the dark side. She was going to let them kill her son because she got turned out, lost and turned out. And also, there's always some sort of, we don't have time for that. You can't punish a 42-year-old woman. In fact, I will astral project. Y'all don't, boy, I'm creative with my magic. I will astral project over to both of my parents and spank them with a razor strap. You can't punish me for, telling the truth. Or, it's almost like they want to shut you up, if you say too much because they're embarrassed by who they are. Well, just, I mean, it's obvious. Everybody already know you a freakazoid. So what? Why are you ashamed of it? Yeah, girl, I'm 42. And but thank you though, yeah, 42-year-old woman, and narc parents, still trying to deliberately control you, getting mad listening to every word that you say and saying, "Oh, why did she say that? Why did she say that? Okay, I'm going to do this and do that." And see, it's called I cut the cord and destroy it. Y'all know that y'all can cut the cord from y'all narc parents at any time. You can ask Archangel Michael to cut the cord and ask Kali Ma to destroy it. Or either imagine the cord falling to the ground and incinerating and turning into dust and blowing away to the west where it will never be heard of again, because that's some sick stuff, especially when you're ambitious. I have always been a very ambitious woman. Sorry, y'all, my nose is kind of stuffy. That's why I'm doing that noise. So yeah, and it's because of the contract with the demon, to be honest with y'all. What I do is I look at that demon and I say, turn right around, buddy, go. That's what I do, y'all, seriously, because they're trying to keep that contract going, because y'all know people have actually committed suicide because of narc parents. They just said, screw it. They're going to always make life miserable for me. And they just off themselves. Hence in the devil's advocate. The only difference is that if you were to do something like that, yeah, you would wake up in another reality, but it may not necessarily be the reality that you want. And I don't suggest that for anybody, but there are a lot of people that feel that if you deliberately end your life, that you can have an intent to go to another reality or a better reality. But I wouldn't take the chance. You may be able to, I think that there's a better way of doing it, Keanu Reeves. So, of course you'd never do that, but there have been children, matter of fact, some of those kids that you hear about that got bullied, some of those kids came from narc parents. Children of narcs constantly get bullied. Constantly. Your child is being bullied because you want them to. I remember this narc dude that I just broke up with. He said that if we had children together, he would want them to go to school because he wants to make sure that they get bullied. And I said, that's why I'd never have children with you. Never have children with you. For you to allow your child to be tortured, you're disgusting. I would never have children with a narc. No way. Mm-mm. That I want my child to experience everything, but the thing, I guess you want your child to experience everything that you experience because you feel like it built your character. But where did that get you? You don't have any stability. This person don't have stability. My parents don't. So all this shit that they do that they claim works, why aren't they still stable? Why can't they be stable? And why are they constantly in social media projecting that onto you? You know what I'm saying? And so it is what it is. Yeah, and I've been running my business for 5 years. It's not like I'm gonna stop. I'm never gonna stop running this business ever. Not till and even after I die, there will be a business that will be that I founded, only I'll be in another realm. So, I think that my mother's reason for hating on me in social media is because she failed at her business. And this is pertinent information for a lot of business owners to know, if you're dealing with her at all, or people that, this person was not able to run a stable business and was not able to put food on the table with what she did on her business. And I don't know why she thought that she would. She was a belly dancer and a teacher. I mean, you might as well just be like, I mean, that's just like a hobby. It's not a business. And, I'm not trying to be like my father, because my father was constantly undermining her business, but I mean, it was what it was because she made it that way. And my mother actually allowed my father to make her business go under. She let him discourage her. And for some reason, she feels that I should, take a hand in that. And I'm like, oh God, no. I will hex that man. I'll hex my father too. I don't care. I've been hexing my parents for years, sending that stuff back to them. A generational hex and having just narcissistic parents, two different things. But sometimes they go hand in hand. But sometimes you just have, it's not necessarily generational. It's just your parents. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you find yourself battling with their spirit and battling with their will, and that's because that is their spirit. Because they feel like failures in life. Narcissistic parents do not, they'll tell their kids, oh, you need to do something. My parents never told me that I needed to do something with my life. I've been working since I was 16 freaking years old, and I've been working ever since. 16 was the legal age to work in my state. So I had jobs. I dropped out of school to get a job because the money was so unstable. I didn't even have shoes to wear. I couldn't stay in school because they sent me there in rags. So that's why as soon as I was 16 years old, I dropped out of school. And it filters into the lives of the grandchildren because all those attacks that they did for 3 years straight, I was lucky to build my business. That's what I had to do, was build it up. They just kept trying to knock it down. Knock it down. They just kept trying to knock me down. That energy is still there even when they don't say anything. Even when they don't send their minions out in social media to talk crap about me and to put negative stuff in the airwaves for me. That's what they're doing when they're talking about you in social media, is they are putting things out in the universe. Parents, please stop doing this. To all parents. It's not just mine. It's a lot of disgusting narcissistic parents out here talking bad about their children, being childish and immature, saying the most despicable, horrible, disgusting things about their kid, which why isn't anyone ever compelled to ask them, well, how, if all this stuff is true about your child, then what about your parenting? Nobody wants to question that, because when people see the opportunity to take advantage, they're not going to question it. That's just like narcissistic parents that sell their children for drugs and put their kids out there and arrange all kind of stuff to happen to them. That some of your parents will set you up to be robbed, raped. I've heard about it. Trust me, I've heard about a lot of different. That's why I said like a lot of people think, oh, grow up. You know what people will say to children of narcs? They'll say, oh, grow up. You need to stop blaming everything on your parents. Okay, listen, they think that they're just playing psychological games with you. No, these people have done some of the most horrible things to destroy your mind. Even as a child, they were allowing you to be molested. Why do you think you got molested? That's why. If your parents don't leave you in a situation and just leave you with anybody, I got molested because I got left by anybody. At 8 years old, I was molested as a child because my parents just left me with I think he was the family drug dealer. And he molested me at the age of 8 years old. He was underage too. He was like 17, 16 or 17. And a little small child like that, I don't have any doubt in my mind that dude is a pedophile, because if you're 17 years old and you're doing things to an 8-year old, you know better. It's not like the lines are blurred at all. There's no gray area. Like anytime you're doing anything to a child 8, 9, 10, younger than that, going all the way up to uh, you know, 15, 16, which that's when you start to get into the age of consent, then you know full well that you're taking advantage of somebody. When I was 17, I was aware of it, which is why I didn't do it, because I knew it. I knew I could go to jail, and I've always been deathly afraid of jail. I don't like jail. So, and they're the ones that did a lot of that stuff. Why do you think that? Look, I shrunk it. You did? Okay, baby. Why do you think there's some kids that stuff like that doesn't happen to, and some kids that it does? If you have an intent to send your child to school and never get beat up or bullied, your child is not going to get beat up or bullied. And if something does happen, you're going to go up to that school and say something. Not once. Y'all know throughout my years of being bullied, even in middle school, grade school, you know that my parents never once came up there. Never did I see that my parent come up to the school and say, why was my child bullied? Never. Y'all know that a lot of y'all that are about my age, y'all child was bullied. Y'all was damn near ready to go to jail. And some of these, and those are good parents. I've actually seen news articles of parents that got on their child's bully and whooped their butt or something and went to jail for it. And I'm like, I commend you. You're a good parent because you care. My parents did not care who treated me like anything. They just didn't give a damn. They enjoyed it. Oh, she's talking to Alexis K. Tyler. My mom is talking to Kat Smith, okay, via Facebook. That's why she, has people, because she cares about what you guys think about her. Well, they already know I'm telling the truth about you because the kids said the same thing. They said it to in 2, 3 dealing with their mother and their father. They both preferred their real organic parent over you. And my mother has had a serious vendetta against me ever since CPS took the kids out of her house. And the kids are the ones that called CPS and the police because she trapped them in the house literally and wouldn't even let them go outside. Children need sunshine. That would my daughter came home. She was so traumatized. She said, Mom, I want to watch Flowers in the Attic because it reminds me of Grandma. So don't tell me I don't lie about stuff like that. What she'll do is she'll say, go and clap back at her, and then it'll be a big production. But we all know that it's something that she's doing because she doesn't want to admit to the horrible, deplorable, disgusting things that she's done to her own child. And anybody that believes her, get out of here. Get out of my face then. You're worthless to me because you're an idiot, because you don't see the truth, or either you don't care. So, I'm not an abused adult child. Oh, hell no. I refuse to. You damn right. When you're 42 years old, you're not a victim. You're a conqueror. You better be, because if you're not a conqueror, and you better call to John the Conqueror. Y'all be surprised at how powerful John the Conqueror is. Oh yeah, they're definitely plotting something. I think, and you know what? That would be the sickest part about it. And you know what y'all need to do? Y'all need to say congratulations to the narc parent for being the worst parent in the world. Because those people have said things to me, and these are things that she's told them to say. I would never say those things to my child, especially if they ain't did nothing. Now, if my child angered me, I might say some stuff, or if they were doing something or trying to actually do something, I was just telling my story. And they tried to butt in and interfere with me helping others and interfere with my spiritual journey. And that pisses me off. So what I do is I react with that fever. I don't react with, oh, please just let me be. Girl, bye. That's why they can't stand me. Because I don't take it laying down like a dog. And the reason why I've survived is because of my tenacity. That's why I've even been able to survive, and my strength. And I've held on to that. And I am a great inspiration for all of you guys that were the spoils of Christianity and Catholicism and any other disgusting religion that's trying to tell you that if you don't conform to what your parents say, that, they have the right to kill you and all that crazy stuff. Stop it. I'm going to show you what a pagan is, what we can do. Okay? Good morning, Roy Jones. Well, we're y'all know that I'm dealing with that, and let me be you guys' inspiration, because you guys can absolutely make it. That's why I'm on here all the time, because I know it's somebody out there that's going through the same exact thing. You're feeling that weight of that struggle, and it's something that will pass. Because what I could see in the cards this morning was my parents trying to bind me, trying to put me in a mental prison, and psychic attacks, and then also vampirism. It all goes along with the same thing. You know what I'm saying? The demons of the Bible. And see, my father will probably be at church today, getting more demons to try to send to his daughter and put inside his daughter. It's stupid. I don't get it. I always put up an ankh or either a peace sign on my altar on Sunday. Because, for a little while, especially when my father was going through his cancer, he was sending me all that bad energy. My stomach was so messed up for 2 or 3 years. It wasn't necessarily messed up, but like after a while, it was just like I would go from having diarrhea to constipation. And those are the symptoms that you're going to have. And then also, if they're taking any medications. So your father can transmit energy to you too. I don't allow either one of my narcissistic parents to send me nothing. That's why I've survived. That's why I always get what I need. That's why I always have what I need. That's why I'm always receiving money. And whenever there's a block put up, trust me, I know how to unblock it. Because they're constantly trying to block and bar and hinder and stop and slow down and, ooh, wait a minute, and all that stuff. I ain't quite ready for that. To see you buy a big house. Ooh, no. Let's sell her social security number to the dark web. It'll be the perfect idea. Can you imagine how narc parents sound when they are plotting against you? I'm going to give you guys let's do a little bit of comedy skit real quick. Hello. Yes, this is Sharon. Okay, is this Dean? Okay, yes. Okay, so I've got the perfect idea of what we can do to stop her or slow her down. Okay, so I definitely can see that she's going to be moving, but we can give her social security number to the dark web and we can get some money for it. Let's do it. It'll ruin her credit and we'll get a little bit of money. I'm broke anyway. I'm always broke. That's how your narc parents is plotting against you. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. And then they get excited. Like literally, y'all, In my family, we used to watch Beavis and Butthead, and I swear to God, my mother was like a 40, 50-year-old woman that would, like, when she would think of her evil plots, she would, do her hands like Beavis. Yeah, yeah. Like, y'all just, it's, y'all, and like, y'all have no idea how goofy this woman really is. Y'all, I just go on my altar and write their names on it, and then it poof, it's gone. My kids are not interested. My kids, none of my children want anything to do with her. None of them. All of them have seen what she's put us through. She called the schools. Tyrese, the principal of the school, would not allow Tyrese to enroll because she had called and manipulated and narked them into not letting him enroll, which he does not have any record. Tyrese has never been in trouble in school. And then they were online all day saying, well, why that boy ain't in school? But then they was calling the school telling them to not let him enroll. So that's why they can't ever know where I live. Ever. Ever. And I thought about leaving this country to get away from them. Because I think that when you out the country, you really, so I've actually thought about going to Ecuador or somewhere like that. I've actually thought about it. But, that would require me getting on a plane, I'm pretty sure. Which you guys know that I'm getting over my fear of flying. In fact, you guys, I've got to do that spell because I think that when you do a spell to get over your fear of flying, even though you don't plan to travel for a few months, that spell could do you some good. Okay? So, hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm back. So, yeah, y'all, it's always that spiritual battle that's there, whether or not I talk about it on YouTube or not. I've tried to figure out, what would end that battle, and Spirit said it would be the death of either one or both of them because they corner me, they triangulate me. You know what I'm saying? So if one of them passes over, then it'll be over because once you walk that street of gold, when death is cleansing. So typically you don't necessarily have that problem, especially if you've broken that, contract with that demon. So once and that's the only way to do it. Otherwise, you just have to, get up in the morning and see. I can sense that there are a lot of people with narc parents out there that needed to hear this, which is why I went live, because many of us are working through these, blockages and slow business. I've noticed that a lot of spiritualists on YouTube, they some of them have been doing good, some of them have been doing bad. All of the ones that have narc parents, all of the ones that have dysfunctional families, they're usually hit with some kind of struggle. And it's a shifting of the energy, you know what I'm saying? Because I actually got a reading the other day from someone, and she was very helpful in, everything as far as with, but as far as with letting me know, what was to come. But, you have to battle your narc parents, and a lot of my enemies who are in social media, they lose the battle with their narc parents, which is why they're so codependent on them. But, I haven't been codependent on my parents, but I was codependent on the government for housing. Well, there's already things being put in place where I don't have to depend on that. I don't have to depend on nobody. I want stability and that's what I'm going to have. That's why my business has been stable. It always is. That's why I haven't been homeless. I ain't going to ever be homeless. Never homeless. Never. For what? First of all, I don't have bad luck. Hey, can you warm this up? First of all, I don't have bad luck in general, but narc parents will try to put bad luck on you or they'll try to make it look like you have bad luck. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll just try to make you like a social leper. The way that narcissistic parents have been able to hurt you your whole life was socially. You notice the parents that, and I will say this is that even though Frankie is not perfect, me and him are better parents than my parents. We're better than you. My daughter went to homecoming. She had a beautiful dress. Yes, she did. Had a good time. So, yeah, a lot of those cycles. So, I'm actually proud of a lot of things that because narc parents, they'll put that off on your kids. And at the end of the day, why is it that my children are happy? And when I was growing up, I was unhappy growing up with these people. Very, very unhappy. I was always depressed. Always depressed. It was just depressing. My father has very stagnant energy. He's a procrastinator. I have not once called my father and asked him for a dime. So what would he have to say about me? He shouldn't have anything to say about me. I haven't contacted him and told him, asked him for anything. I have a support system. I know that my parents don't support me financially and that they ain't really cool with what I'm doing, which is spell work and readings. Even though, they'll fake it and say, oh, I don't have a problem with it. That's because they want to, because at the end of the day, because why is it still happening? As long as these people are doing stuff in social media, I know that my parents are not far behind, hovering. In fact, that's why these men have the audacity to come out here and talk to you like they have authority. Well, my parents don't have authority over me anymore, so that's your so-called illusion. Oh, you thought just because my parents are dumb that you had authority over me. Okay, hold your breath until you have it. And you better work and you better psychically attack them too. You better go through that spirit. You better learn how to astral project by default and go over there and tie their tongues up. You can tie because people don't know how to control their mouths. I remember being around my dysfunctional family and they would just sit around, okay, like a family member would have a problem. This is no joke. One of the family members would have a problem, either financial or love problem. And they would say, yeah, this person got that problem. Well, they so and so and so. And so and so and so. So they would sit for hours. They are just like the black sector. They would sit and speak the worst things possible on a person. The worst. And I would sit there and listen to them and I never joined in. I never joined into that stuff because I was like, this seemed kind of wrong. Because it seemed like y'all trying to make that. And like one time I had a cousin. Well, I still have a cousin. She's not gone or anything. But, one time when they were attacking my cousin. And, it was her turn to be attacked. And, whether or not she probably felt that she deserved it. I'm not going to say why. Because, I don't have to tell her business. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not relevant. But I believe that she thought she deserved it because of her relationship with her children. And my uncle, who had tried to adopt her child, later on tried to shame her, which I was like, why are you falling for this? I was like, girl, you better stand up. You better stand up, girlfriend. I wouldn't let him talk to me like that. Because I could sit up here and say, and I was always a smart ass. When they was attacking my cousin, I actually took up for her and then she turned against me. I told my uncle, I said, wait a minute. I said, she had to get hurt. Man, I got on her. I was like, that's why they can't stand me, because I don't let them do that. Because what they try to do is they try to shift the blame. So my cousin was sitting there, and then all of a sudden she just broke down and started crying and stuff. And I was like, man, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. I was like, well, how can y'all do that? I was always the voice of reason in the family. That's why I was always arguing with them. So it's not just the parents, it's the whole family. It's my mother's brother, it's his wife, it's her daughter, it's a whole host of people, a whole host of demons that have to be dealt with. So that's why they lead you to a place where you're always depending on your income tax. So for the people that, because I got folks on standby, I got like, I ain't even gonna talk about how many people I got on standby waiting on their income tax. Watch, by next year, y'all don't have to wait for y'all income tax to get anything. You just gonna be able to save money and make money. Stuff is gonna open up. So some of my newer clients that are waiting for their income tax, because you guys have already told me, hey, I'm just waiting on them, because the IRS ain't released the a lot of y'all waiting on earned income credit, stuff like that. So okay. But by next year, you guys won't have to do that, because you shouldn't have to wait on an income tax return. Is supposed to be extra money that you save. You're not supposed to be, and I understand that many people have been dependent on it. And that's terrible. Like, of course, it's good to get it, especially if you have dependents. Of course, there's nothing wrong with getting an income tax refund. You know what I'm saying? But that should be looked at as, like extra money. And so yeah, make sure that you take care of yourself spiritually, because I always have a lot of people that, come during this time. Now, I don't know why y'all didn't go to Jackson Hewitt and get that big that what they call it, the big row loan. Is a zero interest loan that they'll give you, but they do charge you a lot to do your taxes. So a lot of people just like to go to TurboTax, and it's just very convenient. But I know that I've seen a lot of people that have done that too. So I've had people that said, hey, Jamila, I didn't have the money, but then I went up here and got this advance, and I was able to come get my reading. So because you got to figure it out. Okay, if you've been financially unstable your whole life, and you've been trying to figure out why you can't pick yourself up, and then as soon as you start your business, your parents start attacking you in social media trying to ruin your business, well, then there you are. There's your answer. Because I know that I had issues consistently at every job, because we always have a tendency to tell them where we work, because we want to be accepted, we want them to appreciate us, and we want them to approve of us. But you just telling them bad information, because they ain't gonna do nothing but call up to the job. They ain't gonna do nothing but have everybody plotting against you at the job, and trust and believe they can do it, or they can. I've seen so much stuff that they have been able to do. I have, and it's so bizarre. I don't know what level your parents are at. I think that my mother has a little bit of social influence. Some of y'all NARC parents don't have the social influence, which, to be honest with you, I'm not quite impressed with my mother's social influence, because Kat and Mike, neither one of these people have credibility. And I'm doing work on Kat too. That's why everybody in the black sector been calling her a liar. So y'all better believe that I do, like I'm not completely helpless. Like, I know and I just said screw this. That she is being banished. She is. She gon' walk off that pier, or walk, that picture she put up, and she put up a flipogram. She gonna be putting a farewell flipogram up very soon. They don't need to be on YouTube. They need to go on right back on where they at. Look, it's been 3 months. I ain't gonna never be homeless. I'm not gonna call you and ask you for no money. You know what I'm saying? So let's just, and so y'all going through similar situations. That's why, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yep. Oscar the Grouch. Um, he did do some things that were good. He got her out. He got the children out of the clutches of my mother, which was a miracle because, she was starving those kids. She's been starving us. She's been wishing starvation on us and death. And it was like, what? You moved to Georgia and wishing death on you. Like, lady, go sit down somewhere. Did you take your meds today? That's why they give out of control crazy people psychotropic drugs so that it can, their mind can be ding dong and everywhere so they won't have no, way of doing crap like that. Guys, I am ready for readings early though. Okay, hit that Cashapp up. $ Psychic Jamila, hit it up. $60. We got until midnight. Let's milk it. Let's milk this cow, y'all. Mm-hmm. They don't want you to get out, Roy. You must have. See, I know that there's a lot because I've talked to a lot of black men. I've talked to a lot of black men in social media who had narcissistic mothers. And, not all of them were like, mama, I just want to please you. Mama, mama, mama. Not all of them are like that. So they actually fought for their life. It's easier for men. It's harder on women because we're the ones that have the children, and society, of course, has a hate campaign against single mothers. So go figure. Why let any of that affect you? It's your life, it's your world, it's your personal space. So I thought about doing a group ritual today for the full moon, cutting the cords to the narc parents for y'all. I think that's a good idea because I just got another thing. I may have to do that. Those group rituals help. And you know what? You guys will notice a difference in how you feel. You can sit down and think. You don't have that stress and that worry. Because what you stressing and worrying for? Sometimes my spirits, if I stress over certain things, they'll say, why are you stressing? You already know you got that. So let go of that stress and that worry. And then ding dong, it's over. I get more than what is expected. No, and that's okay. I let that money go because I'm not gonna let him have power over me. I let it go. I'm not dependent on none of his money. So I wouldn't even ask him for anything because he'll try to attach my heart, my lungs, my life, my dignity, and no. So that's one of the reasons why I don't accept money from men anyway. He can keep it. I'm good. I'm Gucci. You right, it was a gift. Keep it since it means so much to you to take from people. Because I already got that back 100-fold. So I ain't worried about that. So no, I'm good without that. But I can tell you this, he ain't gonna be able to keep no money as long as he owes it. So let him keep that because he needs it. Trust me, he's gonna need it. I make my own money. I do readings every single day. I make money every single day. You know what I'm saying? And I have been instructed if by my spirits, if I have an emergency, I have friends that are actually real friends that love me that I met doing this business. See, that's what they don't realize back in Kansas City is that I made friends and they can't touch those friends because they're invested. So I don't need him to survive. That's I talked about that last night that I don't need him to survive. Okay? I don't need him to survive. He needs me to survive. That's the and he wants to flip it around, but I'll never let him. I'll never let him. So, no. Just because he feels comfortable with taking money from women and robbing people doesn't mean that I feel comfortable taking money from men. And, to be honest with you, if you were to depend on that, then that's how they do have power over you to destroy you, which is the point of him flashing the money. So have fun with it and enjoy it while it lasts because, that ain't what you always got. So, why would I ask him for his last? That's probably his last. No, thank you. Oh, guys, I got to plug in my phone already. And see how my battery drained? This battery sat here and drained within an hour, and that's not normal. So your phone will tell you a lot. And we just gonna ask Archangel Michael to come down and wrap us with his silver light, his blue light, protect us with his shield, protect us with his armor, protect us with his sword from the enemy, from being able to drain us of our energy. Because that's exactly why your parents do that. That's why they don't want you to do much, because they want that demon draining you. A lot of y'all probably gonna be drained today. Y'all better get up. I don't care if you got to drink some coffee. It's abnormal to be drained by that demon. Just lay back and relax. And even if you have an issue, even if you have a problem, even if you're in need of something, it's gonna come to you. Soon as you start talking to your spirits, and I do it all the time, especially some of you spiritualists out there, that are going through any kind of struggle. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you need, I don't care if you need a pack of cigarettes and a beer. If that's all you need, you gonna get it. Who are they to say, you don't need no cigarettes and no beer? You know what I'm saying? Like, who the hell are you to tell me what I need? That's crazy. People, yeah, what I don't need is you always in trying to enter into my personal space. Oh Lord, you know what? Is that Mike? Oh God. I bet you that's Mike. That sounds very similar to his story because his mother tried to raise him as a Jehovah's Witness. I don't even want to hear it. Because once we get past that hurdle, this portal is opening, y'all. It's a portal opening. It is the full moon. Yes, baby, our cup runneth over. And we are all blessed today. And we are all calling in our favors. We are all calling in all our favors. In fact, let's do readings. Damn it, my phone is only on 6% though. You see how that narc demon just drained my phone? Hold on, y'all. Okay. Oh yeah, them Jehovah's Witnesses are evil, man. Them people are evil incarnate. Jehovah is one evil deity. He ain't got no respect for women, no respect for life, is what I noticed. Don't want you to celebrate your birthday. Don't celebrate your birthday. Why? Because I wish you were never born. Yes, it's the demon. Laugh at it. Laugh in its face and say, I banish you. I banish you. Hello. Poverty has also been a way of them controlling the masses, as well as poverty is a way for narc parents to control you. Why you think they always show up at your job? I'm like, these people are crazy. So, all those people are in cahoots with them and they deny it and lie about it, but it's the truth. Okay, well, maybe you're not in cahoots. Maybe you've never talked to that person, but that person is definitely channeling through you. That person is definitely using you. Okay, and so, while you play dumb, like you act like you don't know, but it's all good because, it, today is going to be a very prosperous day, is what I want to tell y'all. Let's throw the cards. And then I'll try to come back, once my phone charges a little bit. I'm going to let it charge. I'm going to power charge it for about an hour.
Give me that.
And okay, hold on, baby. I'm going to power charge my phone. And then I'll come back in an hour to do readings because, I can tell that as a whole, these narcs are that, okay. Then they'll say, we're not practicing witchcraft. Why am I warning y'all? The church is up to no good. They've been resting for about a week. They getting ready to blow. Especially that St. Michael's fake church of Latter-day Saints. Oh, he's getting ready to blow like a cannoli. He's getting ready to unload and try to unleash a demon, and we ready. Yemaya is like, do it. Yemaya has been waiting for this. I don't know what she gonna do. Oh, Mark. Oh, okay. So anyway, so we ready for whatever they send in. That's why I've been telling y'all, like, why are these Christian sects or churches, and why are your Christian parents and your narcissistic parents getting in the gear? Mines ain't said nothing, and I can already sense what they trying to do, which is feed and destroy your life and bring you down. Facts. They gonna all be up in church today wishing opposite of what you want. And they not talking to Jesus. They talking to a demon. They just don't know it. That's why I was talking on the phone with my father. And, when he told me that, he had been sick, I said, well, I was thinking to myself, I couldn't say it to him, but I wanted to. That's because you continue to talk to this demon that you think is Jesus. I've sensed an entity that tricked both of my parents, which is doing the same thing to y'all's. Jesus is going to bring prosperity into your life. Jesus ain't going to bring struggle into your life. Since when? It's like, well, y'all talking about Jesus. Well, why y'all all struggling? I don't get that. But they don't want to, like I said, that entity has tricked both of them. Well, all I know is that I always destroy the narky snarkies. So, and we are going to do that group ritual. I'm going to announce it in about 30 minutes. Get your Cash App ready. If you don't have Cash App, because I'm going to do Cash App readings in like an hour. So get those Cash Apps ready. We're going to do a group ritual today for cutting the cord and destroying the cord from the narc or your narcissistic, whatever narc you have. And, a lot of y'all like, well, what if they come over there, Jamila? What if the narc attacks you like it? Don't worry about that because I've learned how to shield out 99.9% of germs. So if, when I do that ritual, I'm feeling it, but I'm not feeling it like you will because I've learned how to build up a resistance, which is what I'm doing. This is the resistance. And they know it. They know what's up. They mad as hell too. ah, Area 51, baby. Okay. Whenever you have fears and stuff like that, when that fear steps in and you got all that kind of stuff coming up and you fear that you're not going to do this and you're not going to do that. And then also when you feel like, dang, I feel that is a manifestation of that narcissistic parent because most people's parents that are doing well, they consistently do well. So we've always wanted stability, and you can have that even if your narky parent, doesn't want you to have it, or, just say to your narcissistic parent, say, hey, light that candle and say, get away from me. I banish all your bad energy. I send it back to you 100-fold. And you're not going to hate on my life. And I will have the stability that you never was able to give me. Because they'll want you to be denied just because they didn't never give you that stability. They don't want you to have that stability. In fact, they're working an opposite to it. Hello, you're spreading false rumors on a public platform and trying to hinder me socially. And, I'm always lucky. And I'm always connected to Jupiter. And what's that other one that is Saturn? And Jupiter and Saturn don't get along, but when you bring, they're opposites of each other. So when you work with both of those planetary, when you work with both of those planets at the same time, when it comes to money, the Saturn and the Jupiter frequency, it sparks a flame. It's like an ignition. So, learning how to work with the planets and the energy from the planets can be extremely useful. And also meditating and listening to those frequencies and calming down. Make sure that you calm down, man. If take like a little melatonin, get yourself in a sleepy, lucid type of sleep. Don't take a whole melatonin, but take like a third of one so that you're not actually sleepy, but you're just kind of in a relaxed, lucid state if you have to, so that you can get yourself relaxed or either take a bath. So that's what I want you guys to do. I took my bath last night. I took my full moon bath last night, set my intent very well, but that's what you guys should do this morning. And you can do it anywhere up until tonight. We'll be in the full moon energy up until the crescent. Okay, when the moon starts waning. So you guys will have a couple of days to take your baths or whatever. Let me ask spirits what they think this ritual should be. Now, I do know that a lot of you that are struggling are having money problems. So maybe spirits will kind of make it like $30, $40. Spirit guides, what messages do you have about the price of this group ritual? So we're going to do this, guys. You know what? I'm going to put it up on the website as soon as I get off of here. Because I don't want to touch the computer right now because Jacob thinks he's going through his mind phase. Everything is mind, mind, mind. So I'm pretty sure they're going to say 30 or 40. Yep. Oh, Lord, I can see a lot of y'all. Oh, my God. It's just looking at these cards. Wow. Also, another thing, guys, I I noticed that there are some clients that will come to me and they will have trust issues. Don't bring that to my business. When you come to me, you better have trust or I won't trust you. So when you're second guessing me and you're questioning me, I get clients like that every once in a while. And what I'll do is I'll speak extra prayers for you. When I get that. Oh, by the way, guys, I do no longer accept payment arrangements until further notice. No payment arrangements, especially on court cases. So on spell work, I can't do it. Too many people have a tendency to, as soon as they now if I detect some instability, you know what I'm saying, then that's I'm like, well, no, just wait till you have all the money, because as soon as I start taking your money, I'm working on that case for you. And then especially if you start giving me attitude, that's when I have a serious problem with you. So I've had clients, every once in a while try to throw me an attitude. And I'm not used to that because, especially just to let you know, I'm used to being treated well by my clients. And, I'll check you. And if you continue to disrespect me, then I'll say, hey, I will refund you what you have paid. Okay, I'm no longer working for you. And then that'll stop that. And I'll say, hey, I'm going to refund you on such and such day. And then you just wait for your refund. Okay. So I've never had to refund somebody, but if I can see somebody's being a problem child and I ain't got time for that, real talk, and if you've already like paid me bits and pieces for your work, I'm going to tell you, I'm dropping you as a client and I'm going to give you your money back in such and such day. And I'll send it to you in writing. And especially if I throw my cards and my spirit see you or your money as a problem, I'll give it all back to you. So all money ain't always good money. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But you guys, I will, I hear you, MM. I am going to do that group ritual. So I think what I'm going to do it for is 30, which should be fair for a lot of you guys. I'm going to run up the street to Dollar Tree and get the candles and stuff, so that we can do that today on the full moon, because, also it'll be protection, because I got a feeling that it's some psychic attacks coming in today, some bad ones. Okay. Hey, Lion 211777. I love those numbers, the 777. So, a lot of you that were raised in very unstable environments, you can see these parents still trying to create that unstable environment for your children. This is the shift. No more instability. This is the shift. Right now, it's happening. And for whatever reason, probably because our parents' sins, it's unfair, but yeah, it's...
Mom, where are my kids?
I've had to pay. They have had to pay. I don't know, baby. They're probably in the closet. Look in the closet. We have a closet at this room, y'all. We had moved up in the world. So, yeah, you guys. And then also, among other things that we're working on, not only are we going to get past that struggle, but we're going to supersede, because, the energy that's coming in today, y'all know how many blessings the Wheel of Fortune came up, but it's in the reverse position, meaning that they're trying to block a lot of people from their blessings. Well, it's probably in the basket. What did you do with them? Is it in the bathroom? You may have taken them off in the bathroom. When you went to the bathroom, baby, go check in the bathroom. I know, yeah, Mercury retrograde does start on the 17th. Yes, it does. Mercury retrograde is helpful, though. The only time you should
No, it's not.
The only time that you should reconnect to the past during Mercury in retrograde is if you have to cut something off, or maybe cut something down, or deal with something that is unfinished. You know, maybe you have unfinished business with somebody. And you know it's sad when you still have to cut off a certain client after a whole year and the client ain't even paid you. Babe, I don't know what you did with them. Okay, I'll help you look for them. Guys, I gotta go. I gotta help this little boy. I'll be back in a little bit. Give me a few minutes, guys, and I'll be back, okay? All right, guys, talk to y'all later. Love and light.